Hey, it's Jag. Today I'm going to finish the faceplates and mount the chassis mounted components.
Yeah.
Well, as my good friend and bandmate Todd Pretty would say, it's minus fuckaroo out there. It has been pretty warm actually the last couple weeks, but I haven't had anything to do out here. But today, winter looks like it's taking its last kick at things. It's right now about minus 11 out there. And it's going down to minus 21 again over the next few days. With wind chills, that'll probably get down to minus 25, minus 26 again. I just looked at the weather forecast after finishing up the last of the faceplate work, and thought, well, I better get out here and make the holes in the faceplates for the components before it gets too cold. I'm just going to get my heaters turned on, line up for doing the faceplates, drill those holes, and then head back down to the shop. I was getting a little bit frustrated trying to drill the holes in the rear faceplate. I decided to do that one first because if I made any mistakes or scratches, it would be on the back and not really noticeable. I had the faceplate on the chassis, and I did my best to sort of eyeball the center of all the holes, and then I drilled a 1/16 inch hole through the faceplate, through where those holes were, and I didn't get everything centered too well. So what I did was I left the faceplate on here, and I just took the biggest drill bit for each of the holes that I could use that wouldn't actually start cutting into the metal, and I drilled those holes, and then off camera I just worked with some round files and some sandpaper on dowels and sanded out the holes, and everything fits well now. I put painter's tape on it right now because it's ready to actually be final installed, and I didn't want to get scratches or anything on it. You'll see this and how it turned out when I put the controls on and put it on the back. But that was a really frustrating kind of process doing it that way. Things just didn't line up, and then it was a lot of filing and sanding to get everything right, and I figured there must be a better way. Also, as I said, it was very cold, and I just kind of gave up. I took a couple of days off, and I'm back out today now. Of course, as I said earlier in this video, a couple days ago for me, the real cold snap was going to come in a couple of days, and it's right now. It was about minus 22 or minus 23 this morning. It's the middle of the afternoon now. I've had my heaters on out here for about 3 or 4 hours, and I'm up to about 6 degrees. So in the shop, so comfortable enough to work, and it gave me some time while I was waiting for the shop to heat up to figure a better way to drill the holes in the templates. I did have the faceplate taped onto the chassis, and then I have a circle template, or a ruler with circles. What I did was I lined it up so that the holes were all centered under the appropriate size circle, and then I marked hash marks at the 4 points. The ruler has hash marks, so you can get your when you're using the ruler, you can get the holes centered where you want them. And so then I just used a little awl, and I made a scratch on the inside, the waste part of the hole, and made marks for all of those little hash marks. And then I used a ruler and I scratched a center mark using those lines. And now I've put holes with an awl, and they're pretty much right in the center of where the holes will be when this is on the faceplate. So I think that's going to work a lot better. When I do the jagsters, I actually use a piece of flat steel, flat bar, and make a template. I drill the holes the size that I need in a template of 1/8 inch flat steel, and then I can put that on the faceplate and use that as a drill guide. I just didn't have time to do that for this, and I didn't think it was too necessary, but next time I do this, I will make a drill guide for it. So all that said, I'm ready to drill out these holes now. I'm not going to put them on the faceplate, I'm not going to put them on the chassis to do it. I'm just going to take the faceplate over to the drill press, and as I say, I've marked the centers of all the holes. I'm going to take the size bit I need. I need a 7/16 for the input. I need 3/8 for all of the controls, and then a 3/4 inch for the power switch. I will center the bit in the hole that I made here in the center, and just double check that it looks like it's going to drill around the hole where the hole actually needs to be. And if that all works, we'll drill through. It shouldn't take too long. The power, I will probably go through this with my biggest bit, and then take a step bit and finish that off. I'll start with that one. I'm just looking at the drill press and I still have a step bit on there, so I'll start with the hole for the power. On second thought, I don't really think it's necessary to do this on the drill press. This is a pretty thin piece of acrylic, so I'm just going to use a hand drill and we'll see how it goes. Well, that's the holes for the control pots done. They're all fitting well. For the input jack, I need a 7/16 hole. And I almost forgot, it's not a 3/4 inch hole for the paddle switches. I need 23 30-seconds for the paddle switch. So I'm just going to check what I have for step bits and how close I can get to 23 30-seconds. So 11/16 is the closest I've got. I don't want to go larger, which would be 3/4. It would be too wide, and the hole would show on the outside of the flange of this paddle switch. There's just a very small amount on the flange on the sides. So I'm going to drill this out with my largest bit, which I believe is a 1/2 inch. From there, I will just use the step bit to go to 11/16, and I'll have to do just a little bit of sanding, but I'm okay sanding one hole. That's easy enough. I'm going to take it very slow with this, and hopefully we don't have any major disasters. You can see a little bit of the outside of the hole on the sides of the paddle switch. Also, it's just underlining the text for power. So I'm not sure, I might leave it that way, or there is enough overlap on the top and bottom of these flanges that I could take about a 32nd of an inch off. So might do that. That wouldn't be a really noticeable thing. We'll see how it looks once I try a dry fit of everything. I'm going to head down to the electronics shop. I'm going to dry fit all of the components, the faceplates and everything, give you a sneak peek of what it's going to look like when it's finished, and that will be it for this video. I am really eager to start soldering. I've talked about it in several of the last videos. I really thought I would get to that today, but no, better to take my time, get this all done right, and everything lined up so it looks good. So definitely next video there will be soldering, I promise. So what do you think? Gold knobs or black knobs? So that's a look at what the front of the base pre is going to look like, with faceplate and everything, of course, without the edge lighting. I must admit, I thought I was going to like the gold knobs better, but I think I like the black knobs better. They're a little plainer, but they, of course, don't show the washer around the outside. And they just seem to fit with the faceplate much better. I think they'll actually look better when the edge lights are on as well. You will notice that the pots all line up really well, except the base pot. It's a little too high. I have enough room to sort of hone out that hole a little bit and give me a little play up and down. It's not as pronounced when you're looking at it here as it is on camera. So at any rate, that's the look of the front panel. The power switch, it lines up well, but it does come up a little too, the flange of it comes up a little too high. So I'm going to file that back about a 32nd of an inch, top and bottom, so it still looks symmetrical, and just get it so it's not covering the lettering, or so close to the lettering for power on here. That won't be a big deal. I've got a lot of room top and bottom. It's the sides that I don't have a lot of room. And speaking of which, the sides do, the hole is visible a little bit on either side. I'll see how that looks when I get the faceplate all lit up. I might be able to come up with something. I have a couple of ideas if that's really bugging me, but overall, this faceplate looks really great. I also put the standoffs for the circuit card in, and the DC output for the edge lighting, and the tube socket here, just so you could get a look at what that's going to look like once that's all done. I'll get the camera down and give you a better angle on that. So there you are. That is generally the look of the base pre. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. Like I say, was hoping to get to some soldering today. That's not going to happen. It will happen next week, though. That's pretty much all I need to do now. So I'm very happy with the look of this. So that's going to be it for this video. By the way, if you watch these videos, you follow these videos, and you followed this one this far, please just consider clicking the thumbs up button down along the bottom there. It doesn't take any time, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us creators out quite a bit when you do that. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down twice. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check my band One Soul Thrust. The links are in the description below. And like always, until the next video, we'll see you.